Welcome to Alpha 5 version 11 Total Training for the Web. My name is Steve Workings and I'm your instructor for this series. This is our third Total Training for the Web. We started back in Alpha 5 version 9 and we hope that you get as much out of this as users have from previous Total Training videos. As we constructed this series for version 11, we gave some thought as to the audiences for this series, and you may fit in one or more of these audiences especially well. So let me just cover that because it gives you an idea of what we want to do here. The first audience is really two audiences. This new users of Alpha 5. That can be people who are completely new to Alpha 5 and new to databases and this sort of construction. But it also includes a lot of people who are coming to Alpha 5 from other backgrounds, from other platforms. Alpha 5 has become such a powerful piece of software that a lot of the new users of Alpha 5 have a lot of experience in other programs and other platforms and are now coming to Alpha 5. And there's a learning curve involved. That's no surprise that you need to see things a little bit differently sometimes. So we try to have you in mind as we go through this. There are a lot of loyal customers of Alpha 5. A lot of people have been with Alpha software for years and years and years, even back to the old DOS versions. But as you move along through the new versions, the software is maturing and growing so quickly that it can be a bit of a challenge sometimes to keep up and learn all the things that you need to. So for upgrading users of Alpha 5 coming from previous versions, this also is for you. We've conducted a bit of training with Alpha 5 already with Alpha 5 version 11, and because it is such a rich product, such a big product, one of the first questions that you always hear is, where do I start? What do I get started with? And what's my beginning point? And then further along, what's my critical path? So we want to make sure that you have good starting points, that you know the basics of working with Alpha 5 to construct your Alpha 5 web application. And then a lot of people are also coming to Alpha 5 because of the new features that are in Alpha 5 version 11. A lot of terrific new features. You're probably aware of some of them. We're going to cover a lot of them as we go through this instructional series. And while there are a lot of instructional videos and a lot of help about how to use each of these features, it can also be very helpful to understand a little bit better how to actually incorporate them into your application. And we will be building an application in its entirety throughout the process of this instructional series. Shortly, I'll be showing you some of the resources that you should be familiar with before you get too